Hi, I'm Sajid Moghal, owner of Jap Performance Parts. I just want to tell you a bit about my background and my interest and passion in Japanese cars. I'm fortunate enough to have the support of my family. I've grown up with cars. I could say oil runs through our veins. My father, my grandfather were involved in cars, so when they came from Africa, they set up businesses here. In fact, the original workshop sits just behind where we are now. So I grew up there as a kid, 4 or 5 years old, playing with hammers and spanners and learning skills from my grandfather, my father, from an early age. And we've sort of grown from there, and I've done other things in my life, but the cars drew me back. So 15 years ago, I started Jap Performance Parts as a business dealing with used tuning parts coming from Japan. So I went there, not knowing anything, traveling around, learning about the industry, and working eventually with a friend, So Kawabara there, who now still supports us 15 years later. And together we bring in rare Japanese cars, bring in parts, tuning parts, and the business has grown from there. So that was a used side. Then we bolted on the new side, new parts, HKS, DBA, Extreme. And alongside that we started selling cars, and the business grew, and we have got the workshops. So we maintain, repair, prepare race cars. So the whole thing exploded from just an idea about selling used parts from Japan to a business that covers anything and everything to do with Japanese cars. We're fortunate enough to have built cars for clients all over the world, magazine cover pages, we've been on several TV shows, worked with Fast and Furious, so all sorts of interesting stuff. I'm very honoured to have been involved in these and very grateful for all the contacts and the relationships we've built over these 15 years. My career is quite interesting. I guess after I finished college, I started working with the family, so I was 18, and I did my degree part-time, so I was working till during the day and then doing night school, my degree 5 years at Brighton, so running backwards and forwards. Soon after that, I did a job. I worked for the body shop, cosmetics. I worked for cargo handling, building, preparing large cargo flights. Then I went to Africa. I spent a little bit of time in Zimbabwe sending parts from the UK. So I was like 18, 19 then. So sending half cuts of Mazdas and Datsuns and old Toyotas, even a Dennis fire engine once. That was quite interesting. So I went out there selling that stuff. I came back, I got married and started from zero again. Unfortunately, things didn't work out. And I started with the police. So I did 8 years with a government agency, and I became a project manager and trained as a program manager. And then I worked in the city for PwC and things like that. But my heart was always in cars. So I made the decision to leave a great career, a great future in what I was doing with the government and other businesses, and start my own thing. So it was a worrying time for the family. I know my father and my wife's reaction was, why are you leaving this always dressed smart in suits and a high profile job to get your hands dirty again? But I could see the potential. I wanted to work hard, and we built from there. And we grew from that to where we are now. I've had lots of passion for different cars over the years, doing different things. When I started the business, the goal was a 34 GTR, and after a couple of years we achieved that. And I had my green, emerald green R34, a very high spec car. The only problem was I achieved my goal, but I never had time to use it. You know, we were busy with kids and family, and it's a modified car, and it's not a car you could use daily. Regretfully, 8 years later I sold it, and now I should never have sold it. But then we had the demo car, the Subaru behind me. This was always a crazy project, and this really put us on the map, I think, internationally. We built the first RB-powered Subaru. It was a bit of fun, it became competitive. We traveled all over the world racing, places like Dubai, Russia, all over Europe, and we did very well. And again, that was a great time in our sort of racing history and building the company's profile and reputation. From then on, we built the Celica, which is on the other side, the Beams GT. Again, we like doing things that nobody else does. So when people are building 1,000 horsepower GTRs and Supras, we go to a different angle, and we went with the Celica as a retro car with a modern running gear, something no one is doing. And that gets more attention than anything we've built, to be honest. Then I wanted to have some fun, so Dad and I thought, let's build a sprint car. So we built an EVO wagon. Again, something nobody really uses, the wagon chassis, with a 560 horsepower HKS 2.3 stroker kit. And that was full roll cage, 4 bride race seats with harnesses, completely different, and a lot of fun. And now that sits in Trinidad with a good friend of ours. So I owe a lot to my father particularly. He's worked with me to set up this business and built everything you would see around the premises, in the stores and the shops, out front, and I've learned all my skills from him, all of my mechanical skills and running the business, so I'm very grateful and proud to be his son. And likewise, my grandfather, it goes back in line. He's taught my father and my uncles, all involved in this industry, so we've got a great history, something I'm very proud of.